more time. Oh, cheap baby. So, the TV version of us wrapping up with Jedediah and Lou Dobbs.
The Duke out.
Throwing down over teenagers and body image. Go.
What are Andrea and I, like minced meat over here? Like,
No, but at the end of the show, they were the two who were
duking it out.
You get rebuttal time, I think is the way that works.
So we're next on the main stage in the first ring, and then Sandra and I will follow. They're like the main team.
All right, so just to interject this point, because Lou, you do bring up an interesting point.
Thank you.
So this study looks at the fact that teenagers feel good about their body image, even though some of them may be overweight, and that becomes a problem because it seems like they're not being told what reality is. You know,
do you know how many teachers in this country understand the concept of reality? Let's start with that.
That's a fair point.
Do you want teachers giving life lessons to your children, or do you want to do it as a parent?
No, but
I don't think do you really want a teacher saying, "Fatso, come here. I want to talk to you about your A+ last
week." Let us know when you come to the B team.
Not all of these kids, though. That works great if you have parents like I had at home. Not
okay,
all
let's
of these
go right
kids
now.
have.
Let's go to the worst case scenario. Lowest common denominator on every problem. Let's get rid of the idea that there is some nominal standard for conduct, for thought, and values in this country.
But if you have
Get off your little fat teenage butt and go exercise.
That's true.
Okay? That'll teach a kid.
That's true, but that doesn't work if we're coddling kids every step of the way and telling them all this feel-good stuff.
Do you want to coddle them, or do you? I'm giving
I don't want to coddle them.
I mean, we've had businesses do entire campaigns, Dove soap, on how it's good to be big.
Yeah.
So just tell us, society, is it good to be big or is it not good to be big?
Yeah, and guess what happened?
Hey,
Nobody bought the products because women didn't want to look like that.
Exactly.
By the way,
and to say that people don't know when they're fat, yes, they do. I guarantee you.
No,
they know
you're saying
fat.
people. You're meaning adults that should.
Oh,
be,
you don't think there's other kids reminding kids they're chubby on the recess ground?
Oh my God! Fair point. But here's what happens. No, here's what happens.
And the skinny kids.
But Luke, come out to Andrea and I.
Okay, I'm out.
All right, so this has only happened in the past couple years since I finally, decided to go out to the playground with some babies that can barely walk. But there are 5-year-olds there that I look around and I think, is anybody telling? There are overweight kids, Lou.
Right.
It's alarming. And I see the parents, and they're healthy and thin. And I look at the kids, and I think, do they just think this kid can outgrow it? Are they monitoring? Or is the parent just not recognize or admitting to themselves?
I can only imagine how appreciative and grateful you would be if one of the parents of any of those children on the playground with yours were to come over and say, Sandra, I truly believe your child is a little too perfect and a little shows signs of being overly sensitive.
No, I have a mother and sisters for that. I think their father and I would be able to identify if we had an overweight kid.
Well, I know you would, but I'm just curious about if you put yourself in the position of those other parents, how appreciative you would be to have perfect strangers coming up to you and saying, hey, Lardo over there has got to get to work.
As I understand it, that actually does happen. Harris is a little bit more in that realm. She's got kids in the actual grade.
Yeah, but that's socialization. That's what's supposed to happen on a playground. The kids will talk to each other. They'll interact. I know it's, God forbid, we not have adult supervision, 3 counselors, and 4 government managers over the issue.
You know what happens
But it could happen in actual society amongst kids.
What happens, though, is that in school, if you say you did have that, you had one kid that would say, wow, you're a little chubby or whatever. That kid gets brought in for bullying, and then you have to have an entire lecture about how, no, this child that is actually overweight and is at a health risk looks fantastic.
I think
and
public schools are
and let's glorify that
That's
now.
a great
It happens
thing,
all the
Jetta.
time.
You
I
make a
work in
great
a school,
point.
I'm telling you.
Public schools are doing a wonderful job of establishing high standards of excellence in every respect, and particularly in their management of young lives.
Wow. Do you know that she was a school dean?
I was a school dean, so I dealt with this. I'm telling you, it happens in bizarre ways. You can't imagine the calls that you're afraid to make to parents out of fear of hypersensitivity that have something that's blaring, an elephant in the room, literally sometimes you can't bring up because of hypersensitivity.
As a father of 4 children.
A literal
father of 4 children.
room.
I assure you, I've had some of those bizarre phone calls about bizarre behavior.
Did I call you, Lou? I may have called him.
Anytime.
Sorry.
It's great.
Hi.
Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
What did you find?
I'm like Bob's Big Boy. I never really left. Okay, so 3 King 58 says put PE back in school.
Amen.
Jim Passon wants to know, is Lou a father? To which I answered back because I couldn't get a word in edgewise. I've just been talking on the live chat.
4 times
I said
over.
yes, sigh.
2 beautiful sons, 2 beautiful daughters, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Get outside and play. TLR Motorsport.
Oh, I know
No,
what's
I
next.
get it,
We
I
blame
get it.
technology. Is that part two? It's technology's fault. Fat kids are on iPads too much. We should take the iPad away.
All right, we'll never do
my
a topic like
goodness
this again.
Gracious, no, I think we should. It's been a long
feisty.
time since
How many
I've seen
children
you
do you
guys
have?
get all feisty.
How many
Got two
children?
girls.
I have 2 girls.
2 girls, 2
6
beautiful
and
girls.
8.
I know.
Thank you. Yeah, you've met Bella and Danica.
Yeah.
And Danny just graduated from kindergarten. You know, in my day, we never celebrated graduating from kindergarten.
Well, you do now
You just
because
went on to
big.
first grade.
It
But
wasn't- it
now,
wasn't a
like
hurdle
every
like it
level
is
we
now.
have to celebrate. It's a party. It's
Shut up.
whatever.
it's Lifetime Achievement Awards at 7. You know?
Right? I'm more concerned if she doesn't actually make it out of kindergarten. Then I've got like an issue. But yeah.
With you.
Anyway, you are too much.
Well, come on. You said I was just right.
I love it. Wait,
So
your
true.
daughters, though, 2 of your daughters who I've met are twins, right?
They are, indeed.
And are they in college now?
They graduated from college, and one is the coach at the hunt seat coach for the equestrian team at the University of
One's
South
a very
Carolina.
accomplished equestrian,
Wow.
Harold.
Wow.
And,
Congratulations.
and the other works for the Department of Defense. Both brilliant, lovely, perfect young women.
All right, the culture critic says, I'm with Lou
Objectively,
Dobbs
I mean.
on the topic of fat teenagers. Teenagers influence teenagers as much as, if more so than parents. So it's that
Bingo.
peer-to-peer thing.
You know, socialization
Yeah.
without your government.
Oh,
big
and
one,
this
yeah.
one's for you, Andrea. Handcuffed, spells C-U-F-T.
Whoa.
I just think that's funny. You don't get exercise on the computer and at video games. That's today's generation.
I don't understand the handcuffed part.
No, that's his
I
handle.
like a good pair of handcuffs, but I don't understand.
No. That's
I'm not following.
oh my goodness.
I think that threw her a little bit right off the bat.
Oh, goodness gracious. I love it when
Friday?
you guys are feisty. This is what you bring. You bring the fire.
Brings
The
pepper.
fire. I love it.
Yeah.
And
Peppa.
humor.
We are all just sitting here with our marshmallows and graham crackers and chocolate, but you brought the fire for our
You
s'mores,
got it.
Mr.
Oh, I'm
Dobbs.
glad to be
Cinnamon,
of
man.
any service whatsoever.
I'm not sure what this means. One-child policy must be compulsory.
Good Lord.
Stannis?
It's from China.
Oh my goodness
The Chinese are
gracious.
blamed for this whole mess.
Hey, Rerun turned out okay, did he not? Pentatonic. Remember Rerun?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He did dance well for kind of a full guy, didn't he?
Freedom was cool.
I
who
he was
guy?
good.
Are we going to bring up Fat Albert now, too?
No. Lou for Secretary of Education.
Hey.
But you would say get rid of the Department of Education, right?
Well, that's what happens to some of my jobs.
Oh my goodness. All right, real quickly, one other thing that people brought up, because we don't think it's, we're not sure if it's going to happen. The deadline for the Iran deal, if it were to happen today, would be 6 p.m. Eastern. We reported during the show, during Outnumbered today, that the Prime Minister of Iran was saying that he didn't anticipate that was going to happen. That was through the Reuters agency. And you don't seem surprised. I mean, could you see us walking away? Could you see them walking away?
Honestly, no. I don't. First of all, I think they will. This has been a negotiation that looks like it may go on in perpetuity. Think about all the trips that John Kerry gets to make, and for the first time,
You said 70.
70. I think
That's
now it's
ridiculous.
71, actually. But the idea that somebody's paying attention to what the Iranian foreign minister is saying about anything, the Iranians have got to love this. They have been. Barack Obama has lifted the Iranians to a level on the world stage that they couldn't have even dreamed about 3 years ago. And he has done so, I think, to the great disadvantage of the United States, Israel, Saudi Arabia, and frankly, the order of the Middle East.
Poco4241 summed up how I felt about that story with regard to the teenagers and the body image. She says, if people feel good about themselves, they have a better chance of fixing whatever problems they have.
Amen.
I do believe that. I
Yes.
think that if you feel better, once somebody informs you that, you might need to fix a
He
little something,
just
think it's
said
easier.
take that. I just want to go on record. That
Is he
came out.
taunting
I did not say that.
He's
I
taunting.
whispered it.
Did
Just
you
the
know that
audience
Jedediah
knows.
has actually more superhero PJs than anybody on the planet?
I did not
She
know
will break
that.
out some
I have
Catwoman.
knee socks. Don't make me get out my little Spidey. It's
Kick
complicated.
it ugly. All right, we're moving
Capes.
on.
I got it all.
Somehow
go, Lou.
Jedediah's pulling out all the drawers here. I don't know.
What is it called?
Facepalm.
Thor hammer.
All right, we're out.
Goes on.
TV version of us at noon Eastern tomorrow for Outnumbered. Have a good day.